Imagine a place where the sun seems to devour everything it touches, where the land stretches endlessly to the horizon, and where the silence is so absolute that you can hear your own thoughts. Welcome to the Sahara Desert, the vast sea of golden dunes that covers more than 9 million square kilometers. Here, nature pushes its own limits. But what you will find in this inhospitable place is much more than just heat and sand. The Sahara is a place that redefines our perception of size and vastness. With over 9 million square kilometers, this desert is not just a region. It is a continent within a continent. Its vastness covers an area so large that it could completely engulf countries like the United States or China, with room to spare. Walking through the Sahara is like facing an endless ocean of sand, where the horizon line seems to fade into infinity, and everything around you reminds you of how small you are in the vastness of nature. This desert is a realm of extremes. Its surface is dominated by majestic dunes that not only decorate the landscape, but constantly transform it. These colossal sand formations can reach up to 180 meters in height, equivalent to a 60-story skyscraper. Imagine it for a moment. A mountain of sand so tall that it forces you to look up, yet so fleeting that the wind can change its shape over the days. These dunes move slowly, as if the desert were breathing, hiding secrets of ancient times beneath their golden mantle. But the Sahara is not just a desert of dunes. Its landscapes are incredibly diverse, with vast gravel plains stretching as far as the eye can see and towering rocky mountains standing as silent guardians of the region. These mountains, some reaching up to 3,000 meters in height, break the monotony of the sand and offer a dramatic contrast, reminding us that even in the most arid places, nature finds ways to surprise us. The heat here is not just a curious fact, it is a constant, relentless presence. During the day, temperatures can exceed 50 degrees Celsius, a scorching heat that engulfs every corner of this vast landscape. However, when night falls, the desert changes its face. The day's heat quickly dissipates, giving way to an intense cold that seems to freeze the soul. This cycle of extremes is an eternal dance that defines the Sahara and, in some way, gives it life. But the Sahara was not always like this. Thousands of years ago, this very place was a green paradise, a vast land where rivers meandered through lush vegetation and animals of all kinds thrived. The traces of this past are etched into its stones, in ancient rock paintings that depict hunting scenes, animals that no longer exist in the region, and a landscape that is hard to imagine in today's desert. It is a reminder of how time and nature shape and transform even the most immense environments. From the sky, the Sahara unfolds like a natural work of art. Its colors change with the light. At dawn, a soft golden hue. At midday, a radiant yellow. And at sunset, a deep orange that seems to ignite the horizon. As night falls, the desert sinks into darkness, and the sky, free from light pollution, reveals a starry spectacle that feels eternal. In the Sahara, the silence is so profound that it seems to have its own weight. It's a silence that invites introspection, that connects you to something greater than yourself. Every grain of sand, every rock, every shadow that moves with the sun tells a story of resilience, survival, and beauty in its purest form. While the dunes are perhaps its most iconic feature, they represent only a fraction of the landscape that defines this vast region. The Sahara is a mosaic of unique terrains that, together, tell the story of a place shaped by time, wind, and the resilience of nature. Among the most impressive landscapes of the Sahara are the gravel plains, locally known as regs. These vast stretches are made up of stones and pebbles that, for centuries, have been polished by the elements. At first glance, the regs may seem desolate, but in their simplicity lies a unique beauty. The sunlight, reflecting off the surfaces of the stones, creates a shine that gives the impression of a petrified ocean. In these plains, the horizon seems infinite, offering a sense of isolation and freedom that only the desert can provide. However, the Sahara also has a much more dramatic and rugged face, the Hamadas. The Hamadas, rocky mountains that rise from the plains, stand as natural monuments. These formations, some of which reach heights of up to 3,000 meters, are imposing witnesses to the geological processes that shaped the desert. The Hamadas not only provide an impressive visual contrast, but also serve as a refuge for life in the desert. In their shadows, trapped moisture and an unexpected biodiversity can be found, defying the extreme conditions of the Sahara. In addition to the Hamadas and the regs, the Sahara also hosts areas of salt flats, known as Chotts. These white, shining surfaces are the remnants of ancient lakes that evaporated thousands of years ago. The Chotts reflect the sunlight so intensely that they appear as gigantic mirrors in the middle of the desert. Walking near one of these places can be a surreal experience, as the heat and light create mirages that deceive even the most trained eye. The geography of the Sahara is not only diverse in its physical composition, but also in its interaction with the climate. While the dunes are constantly shifting under the effect of the wind, the regs and the Hamadas offer an imposing stability, standing as silent witnesses to the planet's history. This geographical diversity also influences how local communities have adapted to the desert, using each type of terrain for their survival. For example, the Berbers and Tuaregs, who have inhabited the Sahara for centuries, know the Hamadas as strategic points to find water and shelter, while the gravel plains serve as safe routes for caravans. From the air, the Sahara is a masterpiece of contrasts. The warm golds of the dunes blend with the gray and brown tones of the plains, while the Hamadas rise like dark giants, breaking the monotony of the landscape. One of the most iconic oases is Siwa in Egypt, a corner filled with history and mysticism. This oasis, surrounded by vast dunes and endless palm groves, has not only provided sustenance to generations of inhabitants, but has also been the setting for key moments in human history. It was here, at the famous Oracle of Ammonius, where Alexander the Great sought answers about his destiny, solidifying his place in both mythology and history. The palm groves provide shade and fruit, while the underground waters allow for agriculture in an environment where vegetation would seem unimaginable. Crops like dates, olives, and pomegranates are the sustenance of entire communities, and the interaction between humans and nature in these spaces reflects a perfect symbiosis. In the midst of the vast expanse of the Sahara Desert, in Mauritania, lies one of the most enigmatic and fascinating formations on the planet, the Richat Structure, also known as the Eye of the Sahara. This natural phenomenon, visible even from space, has puzzled scientists and travelers for decades, both for its perfectly circular shape and its colossal size, with a diameter of approximately 40 kilometers. At first glance, it seems like an extraterrestrial design, a massive eye watching the world from the heart of the desert. However, its origin lies in earthly processes as ancient as time itself. The most widely accepted theory among scientists is that the Richat structure is the result of a complex combination of erosion and geological activity dating back more than 500 million years. Layers of rock from different ages eroded uniformly, creating the concentric rings that now amaze those who behold them. This place has fueled numerous theories, some scientific and others less so. Some have linked it to a meteorite impact, but no evidence of such an event has been found. It has also been the subject of more esoteric speculations, such as the idea that it could be the site of the legendary Atlantis. Although these ideas lack support, they have added an aura of mystery to this unique place. The Sahara, although it seems like an inhospitable wasteland, is home to surprisingly well-adapted fauna. In this harsh environment, every creature has unique abilities that ensure its survival in the planet's most extreme conditions. Among them, the dromedary stands as a symbol of resilience and connection with the human communities that depend on it. Known as the ship of the desert, this animal can travel up to 40 kilometers a day under the relentless Sahara sun, thanks to its ability to store fat in its hump and regulate its internal temperature. But its adaptability doesn't end there. Its long eyelashes and nostrils that can close protect it from sandstorms, while its wide feet prevent it from sinking into the dunes. Without dromedaries, the caravans crossing the desert, carrying goods, stories, and cultures, simply wouldn't be possible. However, the Sahara is not solely the domain of the dromedary. Under the scorching sun, dung beetles play a crucial role in the desert ecosystem. These tiny creatures are not only exceptional recyclers, but also ingenious architects. They use the dung of other animals to form small balls, which they roll over long distances before burying them. Inside these balls, they place their eggs, ensuring food for their larvae and helping to maintain a vital cycle in the desert. And when night covers the Sahara with its cool mantle, the fennec fox appears, a creature as adorable as it is cunning. Its large ears are not only a distinctive feature, but a perfect adaptation to dissipate heat and listen for potential prey in the distance. With light-colored fur that reflects heat and a nocturnal lifestyle, the fennec fox glides through the shadows, embodying the essence of survival in this relentless environment. If this journey through the heart of the desert has captivated you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel so we can discover more wonders of our planet together. I'll see you on the next adventure, where we'll continue exploring the most fascinating secrets of Earth.